Hi, good morning, dear friends. We are meeting after the prelims. For prelims, we have studied a lot of subjects, and it was very hectic for the GS, and CSAT also was very competitive. We know that the prelims syllabus includes the current affairs, history, geography, polity, economy, ecology, and the ecology, environment, and the general science. And for the CSAT paper, we know we have the comprehension, interpersonal skills, including communication skills, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, numbers and their relations, orders of magnitude, class 10th level, that is basic numeracy, class 10th level, data interpretation, charts, graphs, tables, data sufficiency, etc. That is also class 10th level. And the most important thing that we have to know is that we know that CSAT is very qualifying, and we just need the 33% marks to succeed in the CSAT. But for the GS, one will have to see the cutoff based on this previous year cutoffs. It is we should have an edge so that we can crack the GS. We know that the current affairs is one can keep up with that using the newspapers, and if it was not possible, then one can follow based on the following some magazines of the current affairs. And for the history, we need history of India and the Indian national movement. That is the modern history. There is no much questions, but there are questions coming from ancient and medieval. We have to follow it by following the NCRTs. But majorly it is the modern India which is coming in the prelims. And for geography, we have the Indian and world geography, physical, social, economic geography of the India and the world. Physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. So one has to have the idea of the Indian and the world geography. One has to go through maps, and one has to have the basic concepts. What are the physical, what are social, what are economic geography of India and the world. We need to know the resources, physical geography of India, its characteristics, drainage, and other things. And then we have economic geography, that is resources. Then we have the social geography, that is cultural geography, that has to do with the tribes, cultures, Adivasis and other people who are there. One will have to go through all of that. And in the case of Indian polity and governance, one has to know the constitution, political system, Panchayati Raj, public policy, and the rights issues. So Indian polity is also not very vast. If you go through the Lakshmikant, one can cover that. And in that what all comes, constitution is coming. Constitution, the basic structure and other things, its history, historical background of constituent assembly. And the political system, we need to know the parliament, president, prime minister, political parties, and many other various constitutional bodies and etc. Then we have the Panchayati Raj, public policy, rights issues. Then we have to come back to the three-tier system of how the power is being distributed among the various sectors of the political system of the country. That is how we got the Panchayati Raj. The public policy and rights issues of public policy of the policy of the country. We have the new policies which are coming, which are related to various sectors that we will have to know. Then we have the economy. After history, geography, polity, we have the economy. Economy is economic and social development, sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographics, social sector initiatives, etc. And in that we have the economic and social development. We have one textbook itself naming economic and social development. We have NCERT textbook, and in that we have to for the economy we also have to read the +2 macroeconomics. Macroeconomics, sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographic, social sector initiatives. Sustainable development, we also know that what is sustainable development. One should know that what is sustainability, how there's development that reaches for the generations without having a break. And the poverty is a very wide subject. And inclusion and exclusion of the social inclusion, and various societal bifurcation is there. So one have to take the powerless people to the minorities and etc. to the mainstream. That is the meaning of inclusion. And demographics, social sector initiatives, and demography of the country, the birth rate, death rate, crude birth rate, death rate, and mortality, infant mortality rate, and other things will come in the demographics. And social sector initiatives, we have the many other social sector initiatives that are coming along with this. Economy, we know that it is very competitive, and also current affairs questions are coming very much from the economy. If you check the economic questions, current affairs questions are coming. So one will have to keep up with the current affairs so that one can give answer to these questions. Even if you read the +2 economy textbook, you will have the concept and you can give answer also. But the macroeconomics of +2 CRT, and you have to keep up with the current affairs so that you can give the better answer about this. Then we have the general issues on environmental ecology, biodiversity, climate change that do not require subject specialization. That is ecology and environment. We know that the prelims examination is also the prelims for the Indian Forest Service examination. So in that case, if you are appearing for the prelims of UPSC, Forest Service also comes. So anyway, ecology and environment has a great weightage there. So one who have geography and environment as a key strong area, he will be able to sail through this paper easily because of the Indian Forest Service component in that. So in that general issues on environment and ecology, we have the biodiversity, climate change, general issues of environment and ecology. We know that the what is biome, what is the biosphere, what is other various factors of the environment. Then biodiversity and climate change. Biodiversity, we know what is wetlands and other green areas, national parks, etc. And the climate change is global warming related things which are coming under the umbrella of the climate change. That we need to know. Then general science, we know that particular questions are coming. So one have to make an understanding about the general science topics which are coming in there. So in brief, for the GS, it is not very difficult. It is very interesting, and one can learn it, and one can appear and create a good impression and crack the exam for the prelims and the mains and every other stage by following the basic static portion and the current affairs along with that. So one has to go through the current affairs along with the static portion. One has to revise multiple times as much as possible. And if you do that, you can crack it easily. And another thing which is coming here is the PYQs. PYQ, one should know that PYQs are giving the hints for every other year. So if you follow the past 10 years, 15 years PYQ, you will be able to predict what is coming in the next year. And the major topics and themes of the GS and which are questions which are not really coming in the CSAT also. So PYQs are very important. If you follow the static current affairs and make the theme-based study based on PYQ, you will be able to crack the exam. So we will meet again, and we will be able to learn more and understand more in the upcoming